Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And today we are on episode 71. So, designing her own path from graphic designer to digital entrepreneurship. And our guest today is Madeline Angeles. Um, but before we dive into our topic, let me introduce myself. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. I also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursday, we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business, and start earning online, all you have to do is register into my website that appears on the screen with your name and email address, and I'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into my website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday and one for Thursday, and that is in North America. So you can register for either one or for both. The second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, you can click on that link and you can catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, I invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to learn, to hear from the panelists who are members of our community who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar. Okay, so our host tonight is going to be Tina. She's a retired business development manager. And our first panelist is Lori. She's a former traditional business owner. And we have Gemma, a former property assistant manager. We have Lina, a full-time digital entrepreneur. We have Urwashi, an IT professional. We have Amar, an entrepreneur. We have Isako, a performer interpreter. And we have Habibat, a retired educator. So as you see, we have all different walks of life, but they all have something in common. And that is, they decided to take that leap of faith to change their lives and their families' lives. So if you're catching this tonight's live webinar, our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And if you're catching the replay of tonight's live webinar, the replay has subtitles in several languages. So there you go. So now you know what to do if you want to learn how to start your online business and start earning online. Okay, so like we mentioned before, we are on episode 71 today. And our topic is designing her own path. So from graphic designer to digital entrepreneur. And our guest is Madeline Angeles. So let's introduce her to you guys. Just give me a sec. I think I missed that page. Sorry. I had it here, but it went away. Just give me a sec. Okay. So I'm so excited to introduce today's special guest, Madeline, a proud Filipina currently based in Doha, Qatar. Madeleine is a talented graphic designer by profession, and she has been living in the Middle East for over 17 years. And as a single woman living with her parents, she beautifully balances her creative career with family life. Madeleine's story is a true example of dedication, resilience, and the courage to follow her passion wherever life takes her. Get ready to be inspired with Madeline's story. So let's bring Madeline to the studio. Hi, Madeline.
Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever's watching this for the first time. So, if this is your first time seeing me on uh, Sandy's page or my page, my name is Madz, Madeline. And by profession, I'm a graphic designer, and I currently live here in Doha, Qatar, for actually over 20 years. Like if you count with my parents. But for me, I lived here for about 17 years. And by profession, I'm a graphic designer, actually a multimedia graphic designer. And like I said, I live here in the Middle East, Doha, Qatar, and I help OFWs or um, uh, overseas Filipino workers, expats, and professionals start a legit online business with integrity, guiding them to build a steady income stream so they can pursue their true passions without worrying their financial worries. So if you're ready to break free and design a life with a purpose, let's connect with either one of us. So I'll just speak also in my like in Filipino
Yeah,
because
sure.
it's so nice to have a conversation with you because I didn't know she's a non-Filipino actually. So it's nice to hear that she's not, and that's why I'm speaking in English. But for tonight, I'm just gonna introduce myself also in my language, which is a Filipino. So magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako, kung ngayon mo pa lang ako nakita, ang pangalan ko po ay si Madz Angeles, isang graphic designer by profession at proud digital business owner na nakabase dito sa gitnang silangan sa Middle East. Kasama ang aking mga magulang na naninirahan na rito ng mahigit 2 dekada. So, yes, thank you, Sis Sandy, for inviting me for tonight's live.
Oh, you're welcome. So we have a comment here from Digital Dreamers NL. She say, "Hello, TC, watching live from the Netherlands. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comment." Okay, so let's dive into our questions. All right. So first question for you, just put it here. So as a Filipina living in Doha for over 17 years, you have lived faced many cultural and personal challenge. What role has resilience played in helping you thrive as both a graphic designer and a digital business owner?
So, thank you for that question. So, honestly, for me, resilience meant choosing me even when it didn't make sense to others, because it meant sticking to my dreams despite setbacks and fears. I kept learning, refused for the just sige na nga, or I would translate it as like it's all right, like like a passing. It's like the passing grade, I would say. But to be honest, I wanted more. I wanted more for myself, for my future, and for my aging parents. And that's the push that what's kept me going from this. And that's one of my biggest why I decided to dive into this business. So for me, resilience is trusting your journey even when it's not easy. So yes.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, so just give me a sec. So I like well, I know a little bit of your story because we talk a little bit, so I cannot relate to your story because it's kind of similar to mine, even though there's a different age gap. But I'm actually very what I would say, I'm very proud of you because you're young and you have like a vision. You want to more in life at an earlier age, so that's good because for example, for me too, I got to a point in life where I wanted more, be able to travel, which I heard that you also love to travel. So and be able, to be there for our aging parents. So same as like right now, I'm sure that your parents too are independent, but eventually we're gonna have to take care of them, and if we continue working the hours that we are, we're not gonna be able to do that. And especially like we are in a foreign country, so I'm pretty sure you probably are the same as me. You probably are the only one family for them in the heart, correct? or do you have other?
Right now, I have a younger brother, which is like 1 year younger. So basically, almost the same age as me. But since I'm the eldest and I'm more responsible than my
Yes.
brother, so
Hmm.
usually females they're more responsible than males. I'm not saying everyone. I'm just saying because
Yeah.
someone might just tell me no, it's not, and I'm not generalizing. It's just that based on my experience and what I'm exposed to, like
Hmm.
the people surrounded with, that's what I can just see. So, other than that, I have also otherwise, which I have mentioned to you. Like, yes, we also have this travel, which is we all want to travel, honestly. If money is not the biggest issue, right? If
Hmm.
money is not the problem. I've also mentioned this on one of my lives is that since I grew up, not that I grew up, but my heart is like more closer to the elderly people because I stayed with my grandparents back when my parents left us, me and my brother, when they came here first. So it's like I care for elderly people than the younger ones. So I wanted to do a charity for them, for elder ones, because most of the time when we think of charity, we mostly forget about these aging people,
Hmm.
right? We
Yeah.
always say they want to do charity for mainly for the kids. Yes, I love kids also, but it's just that since I think that elderly people or these older people have a limited time amount living in this world, so it's like most of them are forgotten, especially not for Filipinos, not for Asians, but in general, this is what I've been noticing. So, and especially when I first traveled the Philippines, because as I said earlier, I've been here for like more than a decade, but almost 2 decades. So I'm 30 years old. So imagine, I grew up here basically. So
Yeah.
when I went back to the Philippines, I traveled my country, and that's when I saw my culture more. I got more exposed to the people, and I really loved the experience, even if it was a simple life. So I wanted to do more of that.
Yeah.
And another thing is my like we all know that health is very important as well, right? And I've also talked about that earlier before we went live. So I know I'm still young, but this is one of the reason what people don't notice or don't realize. Just because we are young, we mostly take advantage of that health. That we're still young, we don't need health insurance. We're still young, we don't need to prepare for our retirement. No, it's never too late. It's never too early also for that because that doesn't choose any age, to be honest, right?
Yes.
So no one is exempted with when it comes to dying. So yes, we won't take any money when we go to the other side of the world, but at least the people we leave behind will not be
Struggle.
stressed when exactly they will not be stressed when they leave you when you leave them without anything or with more burden, right? That's what was my goal as well. So yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And I think well, today's live we wanna address to those all the young generation, that um to let them know that there's other options that you where you can live a better work life balance, and do something that allows you to live on your own terms. And I love what Madeleine shared, about taking care of your health, because that's very important, and like she mentioned, when you're young, you think you're like in how to say that, in not invisible, but well,
Like you
it's
have
not,
shield.
yeah, like nothing can hurt you, like
Right.
when it comes to, like getting health issues or that kind of stuff, but in reality, if you overwork, because many times also, we are kind of like over um workaholic. We tend to work too much, and we think you enjoy, working and all that, but that's good until certain time because you're young, you have the energy and you have all that, but eventually, as you start aging, you're going to start feeling all those um, health issues that you did when you were younger, because you push your body too much, that those doesn't reflect right away, but it start reflecting later in the years. So a good example of that, just to give you a little idea, for example, during the pandemic, I was working, it was stressful, and that's when everything started. But at the time, I didn't felt anything, But later on, like 2 3 years after, that's when I started to feel those health issues. That it was from those years. So they don't come right away, they come later. So but your body is giving you signs, and that's the problem, that many times, we ignore those signs and we keep saying, oh, it's okay, it's just like a little thing, and then you keep going. So we want to make sure that, you take care of your health. You We are here, to mention that, yes, you're young, you have all the health, but you never know what could happen. And a good point that I love about Madeleine mentioned too is, if something ever happened to you, you don't want to leave like the burden or the your family struggling, with all the things that they have to spend. So you want to make sure that you leave your family, especially, like when it comes to like Filipino community or other cultures where, family is like very strong, and we really want to take care of our family. So we don't want to leave our family, with debts that they have to struggle to be paying, because you left this world. So we want to make sure that, when we leave this world, they are taken care of um financially, to be able to not have any struggles. So that's another reason, why we're doing this business, because this business, you can pass it on to your family and they will have that financial stability. um, and like we mentioned, so it's like Madeleine mentioned, several reasons why she started this business. Now that was one of the reasons, being able to have build that financial stability, so their family, will be okay. If something ever happened, they will have it, a financial stability. And also, she wanted to take care of the create like a foundation to be able to help, senior people, that many times they are neglected. Yes, and I do agree of that. Like I saw a documentary not too long ago about it's exactly the same. The way they are treated in certain areas, they're not treated well. So you want to make sure that they have all the the love that they require, all the care that they need, and to be able to enjoy, their days, here on earth. So that's another good thing. The other thing that you mentioned was taking care of your parents, your aging parents, because you mentioned, you are the eldest one, and I think many times it's the eldest one who takes care of the parents. Yeah. Um so even though, it's only your younger brother and you in Qatar, Doha, Qatar, um you want to be able to be there for them, and take care. But if you continue working, that's going to be kind of hard, because it won't give you that flexibility to be there fully present. And right now they're independent, just like my parents, they're independent, but eventually I also will need to be there, to be able to take care of them. And if we are working, that's going to be kind of impossible. We don't have any other family, in these countries. It's only like, for example, um, she has her brother, but and her parents. That's it. I only have my parents, and that's it here in Canada, because my other brother and sister are in the U.S. So I'm the only one here to be able to take care of them. And then, like, in the tradition, Filipino tradition is usually the eldest one. So, yeah. So, let me see what else I miss here. Yeah, you mentioned that you wanted more on life, and your biggest why is all the things that we mentioned here. Taking care of your health, uh, being able to create a foundation in the future for senior peoples, taking care of your parents,
And
and you
also
want.
my our future family.
Yes.
This was more important, right? I mean, yes, we don't have the family yet right now, but we want to be prepared for
Yes.
future, right? So, yeah, other than your parents, you also have your life, which is to have a family.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
even if you don't have kids yet, you want to have a partner or someone who will be with you as you grow older, right? At least.
Yes.
Well, that's what I want at least.
Yes, no, yes, it's true. And it's good because, like, you're preparing, to building that financial stability for when you're gonna have your kids, and you won't miss any milestones because you're gonna be fully present on their lives. So that's important to have. So thank you so much for sharing that. And you say, like, even though you were scared, you trusted the journey, and you remember the why you wanted to do this, and that's what pushed you to go through this. So to keep going. All right, second question for you. Starting a business while balancing a creative career and family responsibilities can be daunting. What mindset shifts help you push through self-doubt and take actions toward building your online business?
For this question, first, you really need to change your inner narrative. Like, I'm not ready yet, or maybe I don't know enough. At that time, I told myself, if others can learn it, what what's stopping me from doing it better? I mean, I'm a graphic designer, right? So I know more than most of the people here because most of the people didn't know what they were doing, what business they were like. They don't have any background, they don't know any skills. So for me, like I know myself, I have the skills, most of maybe not the expert one. I may not know everything yet, but I'm not starting from scratch. I have the experience, the creativity, and the drive to figure things out. So why not me? Right? So if these people can do it, what's stopping me from doing it better? So that was my mindset at that time. And it's all about consistency over perfection. The biggest mind shift from waiting to doing because I was really skeptical in the beginning. I was really skeptical. But seeing the community, the people who also took took action, I saw that it's legit and it's real, right? And the people here are very friendly and they're very amicable, they're very open. They will even answer you. So they're very welcoming, I would say. Filipinos are not, even from like you, right? You're not a Filipino who just someone who looks like a Filipino. But you're here. We're here talking. So even if we didn't not meet yet in real life, we're talking and we. So for me, we're not behind. We're just one decision away from leveling up.
Yes, I love
So
that one. I love that last sentence. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I also love when you say, like, change the inner narrative. So if others can do it, so can you. Yeah. Yeah, because really you don't need any experience, you don't need any knowledge because everything is provided to you. We have a video-based training that you can follow step by step. and you have all the tools and resources to be able to help you succeed. Plus of the community. So Madeleine was talking about the community, the global online community that we have. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Like right now, we're like two different continents, in North America, and we are, in, I think, Asia,
The Middle East.
Middle East, yes. Um, so, you know, two different parts of the world, but we are connected. We met for the first time today. We've been chatting on our flow communication, but like in person, like via online. It was today, and it's nice to connect. Every time that we connect with someone new, you create that friendship. And eventually we have those conventions where we go and gatherings. Where we travel to a one location and then we get to meet them in person. So eventually, hopefully, I get to meet you in person, Madeline, in one of those
Yeah,
events.
hopefully. And also, what I like about this is that, it's because it's not just about business. So if you have that accountability partners, you know, because for me, I usually connect with a lot of people. So uh, just in case I give up, because like for example, someone from Philippines, so I'm 5 hours away from that. So it's kind of hard to talk to someone who's very away. But like for you, at least, I mean, yes, we have how many hour time difference? I think 6, 7 hours,
I don't know that.
right? But we're still making it, because like for me, again, I also have accountability partners from Canada, and I have also from Europe, which is one who commented earlier from the Netherlands, one from UK as well. So it's just so nice that you have access to these people, right? Inside the community, like-minded people. And like I said, it's not just about business. You will learn so much our in our not just in business, but in our platform, in our training site, and you will get so many golden nuggets from there. And it's live. So, but if you're not available for that, you can always catch the replay.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yes. Um, yeah, we do have, this video-based training. We have live workshops that we have during the week. We call it like daily drop-in. So someone from the community will go and share a topic. So everyone, if you're available at that time, you can join in and then watch it and learn. So yeah, so we learn together. We cheer each other, we uplift each other, we motivate each other. And then what Madeline was mentioning, we also have within our Flock community communication app, we have several groups, and one of those groups is a group for accountability partners, so where you can find someone who will be doing the business alone your journey, with you, and you guys are both motivated and pushing each other, so you don't stop your journey and you continue your journey, when you feel down, because this business, or like any business, in life, or even life, there's ups and downs. It's not always, a straight line. So you want to make sure that when you feel down, you have that support. And that's what you get from this global online community. You get that support because we have the same like mindset. We all want to have a better lifestyle. We all want to, reach to where we want to go. So that's why we are here, working together, learning together, and pushing together and celebrating together. That's the amazing, global online community that we have. The other thing that I like that you mentioned, oh yeah, so we mentioned it before. So we have people, anyone can do this because we have people from 18 years old all the way to 85 years old that I'm aware of, that are doing the business. So if they can do it, so can you. And we mentioned no need of skills, no need of knowledge, because everything is provided to you. You just have to have that willingness to learn, be coachable, and show up for your business every day and do your training. So That's all it is required of you to be able to succeed in this business.
And I just want to add also because like yesterday, like for me last night, around the same time as this one, so I called someone the same time as me from Bahrain, also from the Middle East. She is also Filipina, a retired professional. If I'm yes, she's retired. She's retired. So I sometimes check onto her, but since I'm also busy with my daily life and with my business, so I don't check on her every day. And she's 67 years old. And I teach her whenever I have the time or when I still see that, oh, it's still early. So maybe I could call her. And yes, it's kind of tiring, but I mean, she's coachable. That's what I love, you know? She doesn't get offended when I say something. For others, it's kind of offending because I don't say maybe I say it in less respectful way, but for her, she likes that I focus, not that I focus, but I give her time. So what I like in this community is if you want a one-on-one mentorship, it's also possible, right? Not just with your mentor. Anyone from the community actually can do it, right? So, yes, you cannot find this anywhere, to be honest. So, yeah, just that's what I just want to add because I love what I had with Atinaida last night because I keep giving her assignments like, okay, for the next 2 weeks, you should go live. So at least you will get to learn, you will get to practice, you will learn how to implement because before you earn, you have to learn.
Yes.
So I keep telling her those, like, you don't have to do any businesses, topics, anything motivational, just do it. Like, really. And she's so open to listen.
Yes. No, it's true. I also have a, well, she's not my mentee, but I also help her, and she's in her early 70s. And like like she's eager to learn, you know. So, but yeah, they require a little bit more time to on one-on-one. But that's fine, like as long as they have the willingness. That's why we say, you have to be
Yes.
coachable. Okay. So if you are coachable, we can spend the time to help you, to build that confidence. Like Madeline was saying, be able to do live. So you start building that confidence, because for example, I don't know about you, Madeline, but even though I work in the movie industry, I didn't like to be in front of the camera. So
Didn't
I,
like us.
yeah, so we had, but we wanted to be able to connect with you guys. So we have to get out of our comfort zone, and that's the only way that we keep growing as an entrepreneur. We growing as an individual, and this has been like a learning curve, and like it's just by practicing, that's how you become better, and that's how you build that confidence. So very good, Madeleine, that you're helping her and to build that confidence. So that's
Yeah,
amazing.
because I see her waiting for me. I'm like, no, Ate, you should not wait for me. If you're just waiting for me, nothing will happen to you. You have to, push. Like if you think that you can do more, just do it. You can even copy whatever I'm doing. That's fine. I mean, you have your thing as long as you don't say you're single and you're not married because you were. Like take anything that can resonate with you. I don't mind, is what I told her. Like, just keep doing whatever you can. Practice whatever I tell you. Like, last night I also told her how to check time zones and then StreamYard, all these simple things. Yes, for us who's tech savvy it's like, okay, it's nothing. It's something not to be proud of. But for them, it's really changed them, and it really motivated them as well. So I know in case she's watching, so I just want to shout her out. Hi, hello, hello po, Ate Naida. Oh yes.
Thank you so much. And yeah, and I love where we went a little bit off topic, but that's good because let's talk about mentoring, that because this is part of the mentoring. Um, so yeah, many times like there's some individuals that that will need more time with you, so you will need to develop that patience, and be able to to teach them. And the thing is, like, you build them, to build that confidence, and you are with them, but eventually you have to let them fly, because
Yes, that's what I said.
yes, because that's the only way they're gonna keep growing. And they are afraid. They are afraid, because this is what I did with the mentee, that I was talking earlier. She, like, I was teaching her, to help her, to build that confidence. But eventually I told her, okay, now I'm gonna have to let you fly, because that's how
Yeah,
you're gonna
exactly.
grow.
That's what I told her. Like, I want to let you fly. I want to let you go set free. That's why I'm teaching you little by little. So at least you won't get lost. Because if I teach you now, you will get lost if I suddenly let you fly by now, right? So that's why I'm telling her, okay, I'm giving her assignments. Like for example, yesterday I asked her, "What's your product?" I want you to answer me that on our next conversation. See, I'm giving her an assignment, so it's not bad, right?
Yeah,
As long as you're coachable and willing to learn, age is not a problem here.
correct. Yes, that's true. Yeah. And when we let them fly, it's because we want them to grow. If we still always, like, l- under our wings, they're not gonna grow, because they're always gonna rely on you. So you have to let them build that confidence, and eventually, little by little, let them go fly, and that's how they're gonna start growing, and they start building their confidence on themselves, because now they're doing on their own. So but that's part of the journey. Some take a little bit longer, some do it like right away. So it all depends, of each individual, but you have to let them fly. That's part of the journey. It's kind of like the canner, the birds, like they have the mama, they have the babies there, but eventually, she let the babies, okay, you gotta fly. So they start flying, and boom, they fall. It's the same thing. You have to let them fly, because that's how they're gonna grow as a person. Okay, so the other thing that I love that you touch is consistency over perfection. Yeah. And I guess, coming from you, from a graphic designer, you guys are used to, like, make it nice and all this. um y- like, when I started this journey, I was the same, like, trying to make it a nice pose and all that. But perfection is actually slows you down. Okay, so you have to not try to make it perfect, just do it. If you have to modify it along the go, just modify, but don't try to do it perfect, because the longer you say, like, oh no, this is not good, okay, I'm gonna try another one, and you keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and you never launch whatever you were going to do. So just do it. And then, as you go, you modify what you need to modify, but you already started and you're going ahead, instead of staying in the same place. So I love that you mentioned. And you also mentioned that you were skeptical at the beginning, but then you saw, um, inside our Facebook group community, like, the word that was legit. Um, you saw the real people in there, and you saw, how people are friendly, in this global online community. So we touched a little bit about the global online community early. So thank you so much for sharing that. We're gonna go to the third question for you. Okay, so the third question is, as someone who is single and living with your parents, you're setting an incredible example of independence and vision. What advice would you give to others who feel stuck and want to start creating success on their own terms? So this one, if you want, you can address more to your generation. So inspire those young generation, like your age.
I'm not sure if it applies only at my age, but I don't think it it's just a generation thing, because for me, being single and living with my parents doesn't make me feel less independent, or dependent, too much dependent on them. Because what matters the most is that I'm building something for myself, for my future, like I've told earlier, on my terms, right? So to those who's feeling stuck, don't compare your timeline to others. Your success doesn't have a deadline. Just start somewhere. Yes, your friends are getting married, your friends are getting pregnant or having a child, and you're not. You have a different timeline than them, right? You have your own journey. So, not everyone will support you, and that's okay. Not everyone will understand your vision, and some will doubt you even. Some will stay silent, and a few might even question your choices. But remember this, your dream wasn't given to them, it was given to you. So, support is nice, yes, but it's not required. Your belief in yourself will take you farther than anyone else approval every like anyone else approval ever will. So keep moving, even without any applause. Grow anyway, build anyway, and succeed anyway.
Thank you for sharing that. Those are very powerful words. I love it. Um, and I love that, you mentioned, no everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone, will support you. And that's something that, yeah, we have to be aware of that when we take onto this journey. Not everyone is going to believe, because some of them, they will try to protect you, because that's why they're reacting that way. Some of them is because they they are not saying that just to make you feel bad, but they are saying that because they also have fears inside, of not, and you are taking that risk and they're not able to take that risk. So it's something more internal. So don't take it personal. Just focus on your vision. It doesn't matter if you don't have all the support, and people don't understand what you want to go and do it. Just focus on your vision, and just continue your journey, and don't compare yourself. I love that one. Don't compare yourself to anyone, because that's another mistake we do as a rookie or beginner. When we start this journey, we tend to compare to others results. So don't do that. Just focus on yourself, and keep going, and remember your why always. So if you're feeling stuck, remember your why you're doing this, um, because that's what it will make you to give that step, to take action, because otherwise you will stay remaining in the same place. So you want to start be able to move forward and not stay in the same place. Um, Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing that. Like I say, I love the message that you sent to the audience for those who are stuck. So thank you for doing that. Oh, I think we have no. Okay. All right. So we have arrived to the end. So thank you everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. If you guys are following us on our Facebook pages, you can follow me here, and you can follow Madeleine on.
They can just message me, reach out to me, ask questions. I'm here to answer them.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to our channel and press that notification bell to get notified when we put new content, and also when we are going live. So that way you keep learning more about this online business opportunity. And when you feel ready, you will be here, to guide you along the way. So like we mentioned, you're never alone on this journey. You always will have that support. Um, you always have that support to be able to succeed in this business. So you have a mentor, you have a coach, and you have the support of the global online community that we mentioned earlier. So saying that, we want to say thank you to Bubesh Delor, SDG, and also to Dennis De Caballero and Digital Dreamers and L and Ariane Gale, Digital Nomad. So thank you so much for watching the live with us today and for your likes and heart emojis. So saying that, we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Tuesday for those who are on Tuesday, and a happy and blessed Wednesday for those who are on Wednesday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, um, and you feel inspired to what Madeleine shared with us today, her story and her experience, um, you can do it this way. So you can either put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Or you can register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you'll receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar. In North America, it's every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. In Qatar, which day are the webinars and what times?
Last one. I think it's around 4 a.m. So I only watch the replays to be honest.
Okay. Okay, so you can catch the replay in Qatar. And that same email that you're going to receive, it will have also the replay link of the webinar. So you can watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, if you want to learn what are you going to be watching on the webinar, so on the webinar, you're going to learn how an online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So there you go. So you can that's what you can do. If you want to learn more how to start your online business, you have those three. Put in the comments more info, or send us a private message, or register directly into our website. So we want to say thank you to our guest today, Madeleine, for spending her time today. I know it's very late over there. I think it's midnight
It's
already, right?
okay. Yeah, it's midnight.
Yeah. So that's
Thank you also for invite and having a talk with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for accepting my invitation. And as you see, we are a global online community. So Madeleine is from Qatar. So right now it's midnight 12. And here in Vancouver, Canada, I'm in the west side of North America. It's 2:12 p.m. So that's the huge time difference here. So thank you so much for, again, Madeleine, for being here with us today and share your journey. So thank you again, everyone. And until the next episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. So we'll see you next time with another topic and another guest. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all.
Thank
And thank you for
you.
watching.